agenda to aso na da foforo nyamiada roma yatenase ene eye adwoada ya kaise bosome no ekona wie no afi we nso ye hyase no kakra bosome June enso ekona wie anopei enkomo ho na said titru the New Patriotic Party ma monim no ebred do say political party no a timetable so onom koyi mpanimfo a omo na ebehwe national party na national offices na yani binum adidi nkomo yani owura dwomboadu adi nkomo wa hada efa nani so ade hunu ne kwan obefa so a obetumi amanage party no se party man koto aba e de mano the second time a anopay nso ye beto asan betete sa no so owura Musa superior Agend me na ono so ye ne no adi nkomo da mo be kai a the first time oba no ye hwe eniema hodo bi a ye gidi so ono nso so nyame ya adom na party for no to aba mano a obetumi de aba on board ama political party the New Patriotic Party na etumi anya ne nan so agina na mimi din e de ya amofa boache ne campaign no o say people's campaign menim de opese o kire anopay yenkomodie no dodo no a ebekoba of course yentimi nim komo a yenhwe eniema hodo a ekoso ewo krom ani the feelings Ghana for ewo aban modem a obo ani adwuma hodo a ekoso opani me mo akwaba.
Good morning. Now what you say?
Me ho ya na so
hey about suits sir.
Me susu
all right.
The last time I remember I said we will look at your previous experience in terms of Babia, why Jumade Abua Abai. Then we build on na Mashedienti Ujidi Soman for no to become the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Mamintio.
First of all, Maminchia Ghanaian citizens are more watch, especially the MPP people, polling station officers and your constituency executives, electoral area coordinators, and Michia Obia. Mayor Juma there said Debia Meka say one of the most difficult jobs in government. And the reason I is so difficult, no, they say only local people no moye Juma. Only the chiefs, the big guys, the traditional authority, the party people, the BIA no moye Juma. Now the reason I owe mayor no is to make sure say city no secure, any safe, any proper for business to strive. And some of the things are obeying, things are most of the people no pay. So for example, so now we are mayor. One of your job is to make sure that you clear the way for vehicular proper so that accidents no citizen would get hurt. What you say? We are mayor, I said making sure say city clean. So DBI, you have to be on top of your game and make sure that the city is clean. When you now encourage investments to come in there. So it's one of the most difficult jobs. But by and by, between 2017 and 2020, President Nana Addo for selecting me as mayor. I'm sure say my living legacy because a lot of things. One of the things I significantly the soft policy making sure say young people who say no more nenam krum after 7 o'clock. I introduce a policy to put a curfew say na me say any young person did that do that. Now I mean taking this opportunity to thank the managing director of Radach Hotel. Those days are exercise no the hotel no part of the hotel mommy say and keep your phone. And I also want to talk the chief medical officer of Tamale and the then police commander when you know you'll have to look at it and then Nima committed crimes openly like weed smoking publicly and say we'll make sure you clear it so that city will be safe. Now it wasn't easy because now it was a status quo my people wanted to remain. But say, every government official should mirror the president or a very disciplined person, law-abiding person. So it doesn't matter where you are, and the environment, I be dictating out. Provided, you're doing the right thing. I think that Ghana and help city. So Tamale, I leave the judgment for the people of Tamale. Now. A bit of self-aggrandizement. Now, most say more journalists. I'm sure say more investigated a lot about where Tamale was. The time I mean mayor between 2017 and 2020, where I brought Tamale to. Now it was a very exciting.
I asked this question because Yamao Nipa Kakra manage the people, manage the environment. I didn't want to me. Then how can you manage a whole party? That's the reason why.
Absolutely. Yeah. My catch say Juma me but the judgment and analysis of Jumano and Yamina Mecca.
Yes.
It is the people.
Yes.
The reason why I feel say Omumami Jumayo as General Secretary of the party I can do is actually not to learn on the experiences I do, because these are different portfolios altogether. This is a typical government job, what you say. But because of your politician, you mix it together. Now we know a typical politics, 100% politics. And therefore, say the experience of managing government or working in government, who be transfer into managing politics, you might fail.
If you say people's campaign, what person should I say?
Oh, people's campaign, nipa do campaign. Campaign, it is not owned by one person. Amount for the campaign and is hijacked by some financiers. Now, may finance you, and the intention of these financiers is to hijack the position anytime you get the job. Now, the campaign, so those kinds of finances, so we allow the people. So most of the Juma year between 2000 and 2020. I think 2021, December 14, up till now, nipa dudu a omo country ha MPP for omo financing campaign So campaign your captains, obia your captain. Say for example, Kwame Uti Kumasia campaign una campaign from every morning you go to doors and knock and talk to delegates or voting ma superior, so that yet me encourages our say a party me win as general secretary, we transfer our project to the MPP, so that the MPP will be owned by the people, because the current situation doesn't seem to be like that, and in a party
Okay, and to can say owned by the people about say how do you manage the structure, because Obia involved, Obia a leader, Obia a form. How do you manage
absolutely
the structure?
Managing the structure? Say the leadership of the party, about four things: provide vision, any direction, finance and logistics.
Okay,
that is what the national do. Juma bono the constituency officers, any electoral area coordinators, any polling station and that is why the whole country is divided into 275 constituencies. Ultimately, winning national election when it is not tallied. So it means that a critical say every constituency should deliver, so that ye tally and now ye additions then of course your presidential candidate can get more numbers. So it is significant. Any critical say ye be managing party ye managing from bottom to top.
Okay.
In fact, some of the failures, any deficiencies are here in this current MPP party administration is lack of strategy to make sure that you're concentrated from the bottom and make sure your polling station where you're very strong. There's a strategy to work with them, and then the electoral area coordinator on the middle between the polling station and the constituency, so that ultimately convey coordinating between the polling station and the constituency. And then the constituency executives, 17 people. And in most constituencies, for example, in Nkranza North, my information is that 99 communities. If you go to Western North, Bono East, in the far east, and you see the kind of challenges your constituency officers face here, I think that very, very important. Say the party should roll the party down. The machinery should come down, so that party for at the local level, proper contact, any accessibility of the national leadership of their party. When you now bet him out, encourage and motivate them to do work for them.
We can form a 2 TV or Man FM, Ash FM, NAP Radio, your social media platform, and a pay ni amene no din komo no Musa superior. Mimi din edia amufa boachi. Openi edin ti na opese MPP for Maumey General Secretary for the party.
We a very, very simple reason. Currently, a party, a very, very weak party. Now, how me pass party are producing government, and I say it to our delegates all over the country. You're producing government, you're bomodi, you're working hard with akufo-addo and everything, and produce a government. In fact, you're producing government in 2016. And as our election results, in 2016, for me, it is a historic result. It was a sweet super victory. Now, we ran until 2020, we are still in government. But it doesn't look like the party were planned for our party people. Yet your government is delivering. Akufo-Addo's government is probably one of the best.
I wanted to ask, if you say it's a party a week, what about the government?
Yeah, government is delivering. I mean, we can see the indefatigability of Akufo-Addo, his sense of agency, and the way he's mobilizing the rest of Ghana. Even in these very, very difficult times, you can see that the man is delivering well, even at his age. I mean, say, international recognition all over the world. And we know that this government is delivering. Forget about the propaganda by the NDC. The NDC, they will never, ever recognize this government, because the agenda of the NDC is to bastardize. So more bastardize and tell the Ghanaian people, say, we are not delivering now. Then, of course, they will have an opportunity to come back to government. But say, the media, I always tell Ghanaians, compare. Now, I heard somebody say, we should stop talking about
NDC, because I heard when Lusu election, it was 5 years ago. I think it was Sifakai.
That is not a very smart approach. How can we stop talking about NDC? The whole thing is about Juma, Juma Omu. So whatever we do in a discussion, no. So Omu di bar, and then they say, yeah. What would normally be a response? The response would be that we even did better than you. And so that discussion is not a very smart intervention to tell us, say, oh, we should stop talking about NDC. We will talk about them, because at the time our Omorani country, the country was not run proper, it was incompetently managed, and therefore, debate, and then they come up with all this Omo propaganda, a reference to them. But this propaganda, and worship. And worship, because when you were in government, this is the way you devastated the economy of Ghana. When you were in government, this is the way you failed miserably to look after the country. So, sir, the talk of we should leave NDC alone, no, it is not a very proper talk, and I think that the person who said it, no, I'm sure will have to review his position. So these are some of the things. Now, we need election 2020, and there's this mantra of break the eight, break the eight. I think that a jumpy gun. You cannot break the eight with such a weak party. Now, the one travel around the country, say, I'm 121 constituencies in 13 regions in Ghana. Now, media mean clustering. Who you want to be president, general secretary? Now, now they work a coach price for abiti for any abrim for say omunina round koko for that. It shows that you are not even ready for the job. It doesn't show respect to our party. Oh, media constituency by constituency. I have never, since I started here on the 14th of December, said some group of people should come to a particular location. There are two things you achieve. One, the risk of traveling, no, minimize it. So you take the risk and allow your people to stay safe. Then the other one is that you understand the geography and the geopolitics of the area. It means that constituency, it means that I have come to your bedroom. And it's so critical, because time you see the roads. If the roads are not good, you see the challenges in the area, you see. And the most important thing is that meet you in smaller groups, then they have the confidence to speak to you. But if you meet them in larger groups, sometimes because of lack of familiarity, other members meanwhile they have issues. So these are the things I have observed doing the constituency by constituency. But the fact of the matter is that the party up there is struggling. The polling station executive, constituency executive, electoral area coordinators, and key activists of their party, such as your distance. Because I have traveled, and everywhere there is complaint and animosity. And why a party say, how come say in the last 5 years there is no program in place to empower a party people? It is a crime for the party to reach out to government and agree on a program of empowerment for the party people. Your constituency officers, our population is 0.02% of the population of Ghana. Ghana population here 30.8 million.
Government, a party in a producer government, reach out government with a program for the party.
Of course, because the government has a bigger responsibility. Government no they be a bodjuma for all of us. So you don't wait for the government to come. The government is available for you. Now, party say you should have a program. Now, if you approach the government and pursue the program, of course, your
government is there for Ghana for why?
No, the
government can say we have a program for our party people.
When the NDC built the $21 million office, what happened? we came to power. We should not shy away. And that is why I said, as General Secretary, I'll be the chief lobbyist of government. And I'll be on the neck of the president and other ministry, government officials. We came to power. We are in government, and therefore I'm not suggesting for a minute say use state resources illegally. Okay. But lobbying acceptable everywhere in the world. Now, if I let my constituency executive form a consortium and we register them and provide support for them, say job BWO, Ministry of Trade, I call the minister and say these are constituency executive. They want the job. I'm lobbying for them, but then I'm pass it through the due process. Okay. Now, my financial analyst is telling me, even now, if you are able to produce 10,000 Ghana cedis per each officer to be able to start a business and now add up to his business a reasonable good money.
Now, is it possible?
It's possible. That's under 50 million. And a party or government, we cannot mobilize 50 million Ghana cedis and say, look, let's get
mobilize it.
It's simple. It's very, very simple. Say I introduce. Now, if you are going to pay dues, currently, we don't even know the number of MPP members in Ghana. And that is very, very, very unfortunate. In fact, it's one of the reasons why I feel, the current leadership of the party no failing completely. For the last 5 years, this party is out of date. Now, if we are very serious, forward-looking, progressive party, then we should have a data of our membership. You remember, we are the government of data. The kind of good work Dr. Baumia and the Minister of Digitalization is doing. We shouldn't be doing poorly in terms of managing the data. So we need data. But I assume, the MPP members need 3 million. I believe, half of the Nipa Amutu Abama Nana akufo-addo in the last election, I think there are 3 million people. They say they started registration now. I am confident 3 million Ghanaians will register. Now, almost register after we have empowered them, open up the economy per Article 2, Clause 14 of the Constitution, talking about ensuring that Ghanaians have the opportunity to participate in an open, vigorous economy to empower the Ghanaian people. Now, and then we start say. Obiantuya 5 cedis per month. Now, multiply 5 cedis by 12 months, Obenya 60 cedis. 60 cedis by 3 million now. Obenya 180 million. That is a lot of money to do a lot of things. So there was Sika in MPP. But before we get the money, there should be a policy of economic empowerment. Now, you want to me. Bisao electoral area coordinator now organizer to go to a community and campaign when the community, the personality and the persona cannot convince the community people that Semi-Tuabama MPP the way this man is, I'll become that way. Like a friend of social power. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah used to say organization decides everything. Yes. It's no longer relevant today. Today is empowerment. Everybody must be empowered, including your family, your children. So there should be a straightforward at-once policy. Straightforward at-once policy. There shouldn't be any excuse that this party doesn't have an empowerment program. And that is why Omu choosing me as General Secretary. One of the directories I will be proposing to the National Executive Committee for consideration.
Since 1992,
business development.
Since 1992, a party by this kind of program meant TB. How possible would it be?
No, it was there in the Lord Kome Dambuche time. I'll call it the Lord Kome Dambuche model, even though it wasn't formalized. Okay. But you see, the party was bigger and was open. Now there was competition and friendly. And the headquarters was very busy. There was authority in the party. So General Dambuche and Lord Kome, they were doing well. In fact, they were power in the authority. You have our party people in the various constituencies. They are powerless, totally powerless. Interventions they make in places are almost here support. They don't get it because the top is weak. Now, in the last 5 years, no constituency has received a national officer coming to say there may be an official working tour of the constituency, even constituencies in Greater Accra. I think that abysmal. By Ekoya election, we have seen people driving in convoy vehicles, traveling all over the country trying to get their votes. Now, Juma Omodima, on 5 years, where is evidence? Where is your program of work? Where is evidence that you have gone to places like Sefiwu or so to work? Where is evidence that you have gone to Akontomra? Where is evidence that you have gone to Pro East? Where is evidence that you have gone to Pandai? Where is evidence that you have gone to Asokore? These are the things we say, and because there is no plan and direction from the top, you realize that the constituency level becomes directionless, and they be without anything. A lot of your party organizations are weak. The youth wing, the women's wing, the Nasara coordinator, which is the most important organs of their party at the local level. In fact, the constitution of the MPP says almost special organs. But in the last 5 years, there's no peswa that has gone to this youth.
Empowering the people wouldn't be different from going into an election, but a thin line, a dantemu. When it comes to election, what are you bringing on board?
Oh, that is exactly what I'm saying. One of my key policies is to empower the people. So because empowerment replaces organization. So empower the people feel confident, they feel happy to come to them, because ultimately mobilizing what we call social authority and our social power. And in modern times, if you are more powerful socially in the community than Musa Superior, people are likely to listen to you. You have a car or a nice house, your children are in good schools. Musa Superior doesn't have one. Draft and aludu. People will say, you are more responsible than me, and therefore the attraction to your house, receive a huge percentage of people, and because of that, you are more likely to convince the people to join your party. So empowerment is key. The other thing is running the party from bottom to top. Over centralizing party, and therefore on my watch as General Secretary, say activity plan for the first time. Formalize an activity plan, and so activity plan no be indicating. For example, every 3 to 6 months, the office of the General Secretary will do a timetable and say, there were 17 officers. I believe the chairman, who is our boss, should always be in Accra to make sure that use the executive chairmanship to look after their party. But every other officer, including my office, at least every 3 months, we should be out of Accra working. Every 3 months, there should be a timetable. The youth organizer is in Western North, women organizer is in Northern region, General Secretary is in Ashanti region, national organizer is in Oti region. So that when we say regions cry 16 regions, and then 16 people are going out. It means that, so for example, the party will decide, say, we now spend 5 days in these regions and come back with a report. So who arrive here, the regional executive will then hold a regional executive committee meeting and decide to delegate you to some of their constituencies to work. So if you are doing 5 days, probably you are likely to do 5 constituencies. At the end of the day, you come back to Accra. That is where you can see and hear the problems of their party. So it means that every 3 months, there will be some form of contact between the constituency people and the national people. So that national, every 3 months, you are likely to have this concerns. Now, Modru Accra, the steering committee, you are able to give a report to the steering committee, and the steering committee will take the opportunity to prepare what we call an action or support plan. Now, it is based on that action or support plan that you are going to mobilize resources and address the problems of their constituency. So, for example, if you go to Asin Central and you realize that they didn't have a printer in their office, and you think that this is a security matter, because if you don't have a printer, where do you print our letters? So you take note of that. You go to the market, and the market women tell you that, oh, yeah, to Abama, constituency officers, no more, Mahada. You take note of that. If you go to the imam and they say that we don't see them, you take note of that. They say, oh, our road is not good. You take note of that. Any borehole, you take note of that. So after a full day working tono, you get massive information. No, they have the right to complain to the party.
Okay.
So that party, that's why you're taking note of that. Cabinet I am provided a seat in cabinet, and the national chairman is provided a seat in cabinet. So things are discussed as part of the action plan. It will indicate how we are going to approach cabinet with that. And the good news is that the president or presidential candidate, a member of the steering committee. So every 3 months, there's going to be a discussion so that Jumani be consistent and coherent. You don't wait until elections and then you go struggling. You understand? Issues of logistics. From 2016, by the NSSI, party say a week. Oh, a lot of things. Like I say, opposition is okay. Let's go to work. These are the things we say to the people. Now, it is important. Every politician must be truthful and honest about it. And I say, we knew we are. And then for the past years, the leadership of the party has not been able to put a plan in place to empower our party people. For me, it's a very difficult problem. And that is why me say that mantra, we are breaking the 8. No, it's not a very good mantra. Because what have we done to break the 8? I say, yeah, reveti. And make sure that we do the right thing. And I'm happy that may call constituency by constituency, because I am confident, say, on the 17th of July, the MPP people will make me General Secretary. Now, so I'm making me General Secretary. Me call around, and have seen the problems. There are constituencies I don't want to talk publicly about on television. The kinds of things are happening. People are sick. Constituency officers are sick. There is no welfare plan. Now I'm sure, sir, if you read me 10-point plan now, about welfare, how as General Secretary I will lobby the steering committee to announce a 1 million city welfare scheme. So that's our scheme. We use it to decentralize our scheme and make sure that every constituency.
But that's a very quick one. Menkoto Ademra with 10-point strategy and no now they echo for the election come 16th, 17th of next month and national elections in Ebeba. So Musa Superior say a coin be no or Musa party for no better Abamano to become the general secretary of the party. The 2 TV, Oman FM, Ash FM, Ewo Kumase, NAP Radio, Ewo Central Region, Sanso Sony, social media platform, Nina Osheswa, on Sa Ebeka and the 2 TV GH, Franco Trading Enterprise, MR phones, and then accessories. Ghana ha, Yaka phone, you be a name, Franco, Kaina Shannon. So, main office no other braka, one Roxy Cinema, and a anymore. Message say, Oko online at www.francotrading.com. Unsa ebeka omniama hodo ni nyina bia no afre 0558 106241 0558 106241 yeguswa konfa no chia ban ya resabia donation aye de amba omo no yeguswa ye kaina hye so cancer treatment center donation no ekoso your account numbers mienu ye pese ye koboa mo mfidie omutumi sesem na efoforo se be ye obi a wakọ obi a wanya cancer no ombetumi asane yare your account numbers mienu Madina Oman FM your account number baako ewo Madina Hasia ye ADB account number Oman FM flag victims account number and ye ADB branch Madina 11310 000 0534 1001 me sisubi 11310 000 053 41001 Madina account number. No science Momo account number. No 0542 869979 0542 869979. Di eka ho Kenneth Techi Agyapong. Ya no akaya hye ne so de ama me call Kings Air Appliances. Ne akoto niema emafie kama. Wono mo shops bebre wo Ghana ha. So home Kings Air Appliances for ho. Mon kan na mon hye ne so. Techiman wenchi unsabe ka omo asasewa amasamai pokuase enkran ha be ka free pipe junction of Anchor barrier unsabe ka omo niema na efu pa TV afei home appliances ahodo ayi yusu otowia na yasan so achewade ya ahyeda kofo wani kohwe bi so ohwe na ohwe prices na compare prices and never be we ase na do no one compare prices a utra anye ya bi a usika na nke betumi ato ade ba to call baby ba ko no e yo se no ano me canfo Kings Air Appliances de amount se ko ho ya free 0200421004 0200421004 na eni wo eni nkomo medi ade ya amufa bo achafe ya ba behwe ora Musa Superior eniema du a ogina so se no e na se party for no ya na dum to aba manu a or the beboa ma party mano eho aha omo first one ye den
first one ye operating say ye party office no ukoho normally they say we have all officers of the party omo juma, but in the last 5 years no party for no do complain say omo ho bia they just see aides to elected officers, any appointed officers and security officials. One of me plan to make sure say yeah operating say party office no fully. Now, me make the BR say there are 3 reasons why you shouldn't go to the office. Number 1, uyare. Number 2, you're meeting outside the party office. Number 3, what you can. Apart from that, no, as General Secretary and any other officer of the party, no, especially the General Secretary, because and the only full-time job the most functional office of the MPP, the chief executive officer of the party. Now, opposition, I say, start your day at the party headquarters and finish your day at the party headquarters, because that is your job. Now, the information we are getting across the country is not the way in the last 5 years. So, maybe that's one thing I will do. Make sure that I will always be at the party headquarters, unless, number one, me too quiet, me yare, and I'm here meeting outside the party office. Number two, Maka, say, the party are overly decentralized. Centralized. They be Accra, Kumasi, Tamale. You know, we seem to pay attention to the capitals. Maybe you be operating the party more at the local level, and through an activity plan, and in that activity plan, Maka said,
yes,
well, how we're going to do it? Make sure that from time to time, periodically, every quarter or every 3 months, you have national officers deploy them to the countryside, let them spend like 1 week in their constituencies and come back. Then we're talking about issues of internal elections. Any tactical problem. They be internal elections. You see that it's properly supervised. There will be chaos. And there was this last polling station elections before constituency elections. You know, I'm sure that you heard a number of things happening chaos because there was no proper planning ahead. I think that our internal elections are very, very significant. In fact, that any make it or break it the party. So planning around your internal election should be a very significant one. So, and if you are the implementer of our policy, you know, the General Secretary, that is your job to make sure that decisions of the National Steering Committee and the National Executive Committee are implemented. So we're going to look at the internal, make sure that it is transparent, credible, free and fair. Unnecessary disqualifications, any suspensions at the time of internal elections will not be done. Let the local people decide. There is no strategy better than the local people. I've heard say, oh, we think that Accra would sit and think, say, we or you're better suited or you're most appropriate to win an election than the other person. These are all phantom thinking. And why a party no? Let the local people decide. After all, they be America and your presidential candidate and our parliamentary candidate no win elections. So let them go and stand independent, and then you see what will happen to them. It is the political party. Now, say to me, going through the primaries well without any challenge and bring our people together. Working hard in the local corners of the country and in the constituencies to push your candidates to win. So on my watch, every election will be free and transparent. I'm not going to be interested. My number one interest is the MPP political party to be healthy so that they call 2020.
Without communication and then working hard to make sure, say, your programs and policies are out there for people to understand. Well, then I'll be your communication.
Yes, if you see, I think point 6, say, reviving your communication director. Say, yeah, I think say, it is struggling. A struggle because of a number of issues. If you go around, a man for do think he say communication say Accra. No, any Accra. Accra was National Communication Directorate and headed by the National Communication Director or the lead supervisor of all communicators in their country. But there were communicators in every single constituency. Now, the local radio stations local television stations are communicating to use, you know, carry message directly to the local people. What is the American say? So important say expanding the way the strategy around your communication and make sure that the communicators in the countryside they look after them. One of the things we'll have to do is currently only laptops and smartphones provided by the party to them, and I think that is already a mistake in this part of in the 21st century politics. Now communicate without research. Communication goes with research. Say we'll research it proper. So that when you come and sit like I'm sitting with you, Ubisa questioner, then it can click me there as part of my research. I came across this so that you can talk to it. But only research is now only internet. How can you research? So terrible say currently our communications officers do not have research. Remuneration is zero. There is no plan. Their communications officers to remunerate them because remuneration is a key to make sure that some allowances are given to their communication officers so that they can have the courage and then who the reason why to go and do this work.
Only communicators maybe akasa.
Oh yes, anywhere I go, complaints no so. In fact, the distance communicators among 4 free almost serial callers, and I think that that is very, very bad. to call our people serial callers, and omunye serial callers.
When I become
no, they don't. No. People are calling them, and they have no option than to. And yet, it's a very terrible name. When I come, we have to find a way to change it and call them distance communicators. They are very intelligent, hardworking MPP people calling into studios and making cases for the MPP, defending us. How do you call them serial callers? Now, the word serial, no, it doesn't go with any serial murder, serial rape, serial DND. So, as part of me thinking, no, me bar, we are changing the name to distance communicators. Now, also, we have to find them. Communication officers in the various constituencies. No, they work with these distance communicators, and how to get the data, any credit for them, no, a difficulty. So these are the issues that we have to look at, and then our speakers' notes, the way we go about it. You see, we have to consult. This MPP, a very brainy party. Now, if you narrow it as a general secretary and as an officer of the party, you will suffer. Because you will be in that narrow gap thinking, say, you are most intelligent or you are better than everybody. But if you open up and reach out to people, MPP people, business consultants, financial analysts, communications consultants, you reach out to them in private, seek their knowledge, make sure that they work with the various departments of our party informally. And that is why I said in point 6, as part of my policy of opening up, we're going to find out a communications consultant, our MPP, provided free consultancy services for our party. If you go to a number of constituency offices, you need radio set, any television. Now, how can you monitor communication? These are key basic work tools.
You are speaking well, but Ejumano is different from say Wakasa.
There's no different about it. It's the ideas that do the work. Every work is an idea. So I don't know what the person is saying. Every work is an idea. So we translate the idea, then you get the work. If you don't have the idea, you suffer. So it is the thinking, the ideas, the competence.
Idea about the action.
No, then the person probably is a lazy person and an idea achievable. It's simple. Now, I've done work in Tamale. I'm currently working with the Forestry Commission. Yes. Do a little bit of research about me and see, say, Mr. T project here, man, for a lot of people say, oh, Nisika ebe collapse. Oh, I heard this from very, very senior members of government. But today, what is happening? It is the leading campaign in all the campaigns. Say the People's Campaign, we are all over. Yana core constituency more than any other aspirant in this contest. So it is the kind of person, your determination, and with zeal, and the ability to drive people and mobilize the people to do the work. A kind of a warlike job, so that when you are there, you encourage them to come. So anybody who says that if you are a good communicator, a plus. If you can communicate clearly, precisely, with a determination agenda, a plus for you. So people shouldn't feel, say, oh, Musa Superior is eloquent and no. The job is there, and that is why we are saying, say, open up and make sure that we look for the brighter guys. If you go to Net 2 TV, when was the last time MPP for our contact to say, oh, their communicator is coming from Kumbungu? Look, there are brilliant people out there. Say, look, better than some of our communicators in Accra here. But these are bigger platforms. Now they are in the area. We need them on bigger platforms like this. So recruitment for MPP communicators at the national level, places like Net 2 TV, Adom FM, all these other national FMs are airways. We get our communicators both in English and in Twi. I think I told you this story before. I was listening to one MPP, fantastic communicator or presenter talking about 11. My goodness, I had to stop my car and come back to the radio station, Link FM. When they finished, I saluted him and I said, wow, you are fantastic. May contest for General Secretary. As soon as I get the job of General Secretary, I'll find space for you in places like Net 2, or places like Asempa and other. Because what he was saying, very well organized, intelligent presentation, defeated the NDC panelists. And so they be a minister, yes, and I think when I come, these are the things we should look at and open up the party and let the party become the party of the people.
If you also cancer mission superior, as I say, which means some sort of experience be and son because the general secretary position is the biggest position in the party.
The cheapest propaganda they are.
Explain to me.
And I mean, Juma, the experience, yes, it can guide you small, but the Juma capacity, competence, and hard work.
Okay.
We call it CCH. If your CCH is accurate, okay, capacity, competence, and hard work, say accurate. That means that Juma be how better. Now, in 1998, the most efficient general secretary this party will ever have is called Daniel Botwe. Because with Agend, he was an opposition general secretary, so we didn't see the kinds of things I were in government. But Daniel Botwe, time or general secretary, no, general secretary. What made Daniel Botwe become the greatest general secretary of our time is the CCH, the capacity, the competence, and hard work. Who watch here, President akufo-addo. In fact, looking after the country probably is the most difficult job you can ever think of. Every president who is looking after the country now, difficult thing, he'd never been president before. In fact, this same language was spoken by Mahama. President Mahama, about say, oh, who are you to question me when you haven't been there? Is that what the people are suggesting? Say the current general secretary is more intelligent than any other person, and that he's the only person who can do this job? It's a very zero argument. It doesn't go far because akufo-addo has demonstrated, say, Jumano, he did it better than John Mahama, even though he came from nowhere, your president. The same thing, Agyapong. For 1 year, he organized this party in the most excellent manner. We say, polling station election, electoral area coordinator elections, constituency elections, regional elections, national elections, any parliamentary and presidential primaries. All these things were supervised by Agyapong. And in fact, those elections, in my view, were one of the most transparent elections in this country, in our party. It was supervised by Agyapong, and Agyapong was not a former general secretary. Now, co-election, you choose secretaries and chairmen and other officers at the local level. Are they suggestions say the new people are here choosing in the local level to do the work? No. Are they suggesting say because they didn't have prior experience before they got the job? So that is why I say these kinds of arguments, it doesn't even augur well for the current general secretary. I think that what will help him is to be able to clearly and robustly spell out the Juma Awaye to convince the people. But to say if somebody doesn't have a number of ministers of state, my minister is a clear example. Honorable Abu, fantastic guy. Yes. And everybody in this country has confirmed that this guy is doing absolutely brilliant, even in the NDC. Why a minister? It is the CCH. So I want to make an appeal to our party people, say, a partner, our crossroads, and we need somebody who has the ability and the capacity to manage the party. Now, a managing partner we are. The next leg of the fight is the fight between the MPP and the NDC.
To me, when I proposed, did you say you will always be in the office? And I explain what?
No, I never said I will always be in the office. I said, there are 3 reasons why you shouldn't be in the office. And apart from that, no, you should always be in the office. Who took one? Who yare? And now you are doing a meeting outside the party office. Apart from that, where will you be? We are meeting outside. Your job is to be in the party office and make sure that who supervises the HQ and coordinate between the constituencies and the headquarters and provide support and leadership for the party at the headquarters. Every CEO goes to work. So your constituency officers, they do the work. You provide leadership and direction and finance and logistics and allow a party for no or move free anywhere and come. I have traveled to Akontombra when I was going there. Yeah,
Sankide says when it comes to communication, fantastic, you stand tall. But when it comes to the general secretary position, offense will be for a experience that that person should continue.
It is his view, and I respect that. But what I said, the CCH does. In fact, everybody who is a leader today should be making, say, who person or leader, you should be making a case on CCH. Now, I'm for Bibri. Look at the former women's organizer. Otiko
Agyapong, yes.
At the time, Odani women's organizer. No, she wasn't a women's organizer. But it is clear, said there is no anybody in this party or Bojuma as a women's organizer than him. The former national youth organizer. Semio now working as I think the director general of the
lotteries.
Youth organizer. He wasn't youth organizer, but he was absolutely fabulous. You know, there's no anybody who can compare himself from the days of Malik up to now, Juma Semio Kuye. You know, so it is not about Juma. What you say?
Yes.
I'm sure there are people who come here and even do better than some of you as presenters.
Yes.
So it is how you get the capacity, you watch, observe, and the competence, the ideas you have, and then the hard work you put into it. And that is the difference between Musa Superior and probably the rest of the Nepal or more contesting. So I'm telling you, a very, very, very serious business. People shouldn't think it's a joke because 2024 is redeeming this party. From 137 seats to 169 seats, and you think it's a joke? It should be business as usual. And yes, sir, because what is happening in Parliament right now should be telling us the kind of effort and determination we should put into this project. Because then I pass the e-levy, we saw the arrogance of the NDC. It was so bad that they felt, said they would push us out because they knew that this was one of the most important innovations introduced by government to try and shore up the economy. They didn't like it that way. They misbehaved, misconducted themselves, told us all kinds of things because we failed so miserably in the 2020 elections.
The understanding of you will stay in the office but still with two kind of munti asiana say nipa bi enyanya media you have to balance the two.
Mami explain it.
The proposal says it means that even if Jesus Christ becomes the general secretary, he won't always be in the office. So the argument always staying in the office is mute.
The thing, because he doesn't understand, he has to review what I said. I didn't say always stay in the office. I said that you start your day in the office and finish your day in the office. And I gave 3 reasons why you should not be in the office. Now, if you are not in the office, where will you be? Apart from that 3 reasons, no. If you are, say, that's fine. If you have a project outside the office, now a meeting or a project outside the office means, say, if you are out there working in the community and now you're meeting, and that's 2. And then the 3rd one is if, for example, you have a meeting somewhere outside the office. But it should be a consistent feature of your availability in the office because that is where you work. That is where your spirit no work. Your presence there will calm down things and provide proper leadership for their party. And I'm saying to whoever our information say, there is evidence. People are complaining, say, in the last 5 years, the significance of your party officers in the party office was very, very, very minimal. And for me, totally unacceptable. So maybe I will make an effort to make sure that if I am not working outside the party office, I will always come to the party. We saw that with Sir John.
Okay.
We saw that with Agyapong. In fact, we saw that more than that with Daniel Butchie. Even though now only the most traveled person. Now, but days that Daniel Butchie is not traveling or office, and that was the time you see a lineup of government officials and the ministers of state come to their party office and value the party office and validate our credibility in the political space. And then Daniel Butchie and Lord Comey. That's why I call it the Daniel Butchie Lord Comey model.
Now, 3 minutes. Have you been hearing from following Okudzeto on the recent comment about the present travel near the you being the general secretary of MPP?
It's a propagandist and he needs a proper challenge. You see, these are the things. That's why I say you need to be our challenge you and make sure that the facts are there, get the information right, and become the lead communicator of the party. And make sure that these things, let's get it right. you know, the presidency has it. We cannot allow Eugene Ahin and Saki and Co. to be, the party has a responsibility to come out and saturate the system with their defense, get the information from the presidency and get out there as a general secretary, go around and start a conversation, because this is a member of parliament who is lying through his teeth about the president, and I'm sure that this matter must be dealt with squarely.
Thanks for coming.
Now, mommy, time to make an appeal.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm making a direct appeal to the MPP people. On the 17th of July, na Moba Accra, na Misremo, Moba won't take decisions of your own. I have seen a propaganda, orchestrated propaganda around the country. Say some ministers of state, any senior government officials, any party leadership, every single day, almost year endorsement. This is a propaganda. They are trying to defeat you. Now, there is no minister, now MPP elected officer who is smarter, more intelligent than you. It's just that one person has to serve at a time. So don't let them think, say, they can direct you. This party is in crisis. It is in total disarray. We're looking for a general secretary, I'll bet him fix the party and empower your party people so that everybody will see the reason for working for this party. So that 2024, wherever we choose us as presidential candidate, the party can push him so that we can build a proper super monument for Nana Addo, than Akufo-Addo. Good day.
So, Musa Superior, for coming. Did Eddie Musa Superior? And they was MPP for Ntwaba Emfa Emano 16th, 17th of next month. We wish you well. Na ejidi say party for no so be kai o sans adwuma de we a na so we na we ni ya eboa ema nkunim so eba 2024 enye ade a esese obia didi agro mo amokoto aba no mo na tumi na ewo mansem mimi din ade ya amofa boaji fra no pa Solomon Sasumensa coordinator Saribedi akon or the focal kwaboaji focus question in sin no ma kai do bia se nyame ya adoma no pa ebehia akra.
Are we done? The calls are coming.